MLB opening day is here, everybody, and so is the debut here of the payoff pitch. I'm Jason. He's, of course, the Hockey Squirrel. We're excited to kick off a 2022 MLB season with you here, and we're excited to be with you each and every single day talking baseball and going through that entire day slate. First, let's get the Hockey Squirrel's thoughts. How's it going, man?
Hey, buddy. Woke up early, feeling really, really excited. I hopped in the shower. I'm like, oh, we're doing this. so happy to be here and get a new season. And really, it's refreshing always to get a new sport as well. You know, we're kind of coming to the end of tail end of hockey season, end of basketball, and yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to the spring and summer of getting some pitches and home runs and going to the ballpark. Man, I'm excited. I'm pumped.
That's exactly right, as you should be. Spring is in the air. It's always that good time feeling when you get baseball. Like I said, you're coming out of winter, you're getting that spring right there. Let's kind of get everybody up to speed here on kind of what we're going to do here. We've got to see here on the left-hand side, this is kind of the menu that you can expect each and every single day. We'll start off with quick hits. That's where we'll just kind of give you our opening thoughts about the day's MLB slate. Then we'll slide on into around the bases, where we'll each take two games on today's MLB slate, and we'll give you guys a nice deep dive analysis. And of course, we'll give you picks for those two games that we like. And then we'll go to shut up and pitch. You guys like those pitching props, whether it's outs recorded or Ks or hits allowed, all that good stuff, where all the pitcher props will be in shut up and pitch. Then we'll do long shots. What are some of those plus money bets? Who are some of those underdogs on today's slate that we think can actually put some money in your pocket? Those will be discussed in long shots. And then we'll go to keep swinging. We got to give you some batter props, right? Where everybody loves the long ball. Who's going to hit the home runs? Who's going to get the hits and the total bases? We'll give you those guys and keep swinging. Then we got It's a Steal. What's a bet on the board that just shouldn't be available to us? That's called It's a Steal, and we'll let you know where you think some value can be found on the board. Then we'll do Coming to a Stretch. We'll give you our best bet of the day there in the seventh inning, Coming to a Stretch. In the eighth inning, Safe or Out. Lots of promos will be offered, and especially here on opening day. Let us kind of walk you through some of these sports books of the promos that are being offered, tell you which ones are safe and which ones are out and you should stay away from. And then the closer. We'll bring in the closer there in the ninth inning. Of course, we'll give you our official bets. We'll be giving you bets throughout the entire show, but the ninth inning is the one where we'll give you our official bets, the one that we've got our money behind. And always throughout this entire show, we've got that comment section open. We'd love to have you guys interact with yourselves as we're kind of going through it, and then we'll try and interact with you guys, of course, as well. So here it is, the payoff pitch. We are absolutely super excited. Again, another baseball season is here. So let's have our first inning. Let's go quick hits, and let's just get Hockey Squirrel's opening thoughts here on opening day.
Yeah, man. Well, off the bat, when I'm looking, I think a really good selection of games is when I look at the slate. I think a lot of fair odds. I do see a lot of value on the board. And as we know, things to keep in mind are that at the beginning of any season, whether it's baseball, NFL, whatever happened last year tends to be in the past, and I would not really lean on that fully for your picks at the beginning of the season, because that's where the public generally gets stomped. And that's why you can find such good value at the beginning and middle of the season before all those good teams and bad teams are identified, like we see at the tail end of the season here with NBA and NHL, which is why this is so refreshing to me. But
all right. Well, some of my opening thoughts here on the email is we got baseball, baby. I just want to say it. We just have baseball. That is my quick hit. We've got baseball. Opening day is here, folks. You should feel the energy, feel the excitement, and feel the passion for MLB opening day. So that's my quick hit, baby. MLB is here. Let's just jump right into it. You want to go first in the second inning? You want to talk about one of your games?
Sure, yeah, I can talk about one. And one that I'm really excited about is going to be the Houston Astros against the LA Angels with Shohei Ohtani on the mound against Framber Valdez. And, while we don't want to base too much stuff off of last year, I did like Framber Valdez, especially how he opened up the season. I thought he was going to end up being little better than he actually did towards the closing second half. And everyone's crazy about Ohtani, right? And I think what's surprising about him is the duo, the fact that he can pitch and bat. And again, I think you may be getting a little bit of that shift, not only because they're at home, they have big players like Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. So to grab a Houston Astros offensive roster and Framber Valdez, who I'm still fairly confident in, at underdog odds, I think is a good play, honestly. Something that just excites me off the bat, no pun intended. But yeah, I do. I like the Houston Astros here against the LA Angels for underdog odds.
I think that's absolutely a great pick. I was forced to take the Astros as I'm blindly betting every single MLB underdog. And I bet when those Astros are dogs, they're going to put money in your pocket more times than not. I will gladly take that offense at plus money any day. And yeah, they're going up against Ohtani, as you say, but they've also got their stud on the mound there in Valdez. So yeah, nice pick right there and taking the Astros. I'm going to go ahead and lead off right here with the Cubs and the Brewers. It's a bet I already gave out. Actually, last week gave it out at minus 145. You will not find minus 145, folks. That is up in the minus 170 range. But why do I like it? His name is Corbin Burns, and boy, did he dominate these Cubs in 2021 in 3 outings. He did 6 innings, 2 hits, 10 Ks, 0 walks, 0 runs. Then he went 8 innings, 4 hits, 15 Ks, 0 walks, 0 runs. And then in his third start there against the Cubs, 6 innings, 6 hits, 11 Ks, 3 walks, and 3 runs, and only gave up in one run. I mean, an absolute guy that dominated the Cubs, dominated the National League. You'll hear his name all season long there in the Cy Young. Not even worried about Kyle Hendricks there on the mound for the Cubs. I mean, if he's your opening day starter, if you're saying he's your best guy, you're in trouble. Kyle Hendricks, good guy. He's going to throw up more good starts than not, but he's a number 2 starter. He's not on a level of Corbin Burns whatsoever. Mm-hmm. He had a 4.77 ERA, a 1.35 whip, and a 278 opponent's batting average last season. That's not getting it done. He also doesn't strike out people. His K per 9 is only at 6.5, and he's given up a home run every 5.8 innings. So, and then he struggled against the Brewers last year, giving up games where he gave up 2 home runs, 1 home runs, 2 home runs. I mean, yeah, Brewers got a good lineup, and you weren't even getting hits from Yelich last year. So, absolutely love that. Then we moved this game to the bullpen. Give me Hader, give me Williams, give me Broxberger all day long. After Corbin Burns and the Cubs, I mean, they basically have David Robertson and just pieces in that bullpen, nothing like. And then when we talk about lineups, obviously the Brewers with Wong and Adames and Yelich and Kane and Renfroe and McCutchen, their DH. Cubs really only had Contreras and Happ. Not a very good team. Walk around here on Michigan Avenue. People know I live in Chicago. People are not high on this team. There's a reason they're not high on this team. Yeah, they should get beat up a lot this season, and it's going to start today with Corbin Burns on the mound. So absolutely love the Brewers. It's at minus 145. If you didn't get minus 145, you should give me a follow on Twitter and YouTube because I gave that bet out last week at minus 145. All right, what's going to be your second bet here on Around the Bases? Her second game.
Oh, man, you're coming out firing with the stats and the holy cow!
I'm fired up, baby.
I'll be more into the stats and numbers and whatnot as I am a data guy, but I do want this year's stats, and to get that, I need to wait at least probably 10 games per team so I can really get kind of a feel of trending and whatnot. So that's just kind of something we'll get into as time goes on. And also with that Houston Astros pick, I'm not making the same mistake as last year where I was missing out on the Giants as underdogs. So, now when I see those good offenses at underdog odds, it's something I'm going to try to capitalize on this year. But yeah, moving into game number 2 for myself is going to be the New York Mets and the Washington Nationals, as we have Tyler Megill and Patrick Corbin on the mound against, I really think 2 decent lineups, honestly, but I'm kind of leaning the side of the Washington Nationals, having Juan Soto right after, or I guess right before, and following him is Nelson Cruz for that big crushing hit. You got Josh Bell on this team as well, expecting Juan Soto to get on base and whatnot. And really some decent guys over here, though, too. It's not that they're unmatched by the New York Mets with guys like J.D. Davis, who also can hit the long ball and whatnot. You have Francisco Lindor. Javier Baez is gone now after the trade from the Cubs, talking about the Cubs and that whole sell-off last year as well. But I do like the Washington Nationals as a home team, and you are getting them at slight underdog odds, not very heavily, maybe plus 102, roughly in that ballpark, even odds. But yeah, I am leaning towards the Nationals just for the fact that I like the combo of that Juan Soto He's such a good hitter, on base guy. There were a few of them that I loved last year, like Jonathan India. I was just very like in tune with the guys that I would expect a base hit from, at least when every time they step up to the plate, it was like they just seem to be good for an on base at bat. So I just really do I do like that Washington Nationals lineup.
Yeah, it's a great addition right there, Nelson Cruz. I mean, you could pitch cautiously to Juan Soto last year. Yeah, you can't really do that. Okay, you put Juan Soto on base. All right, well, Nelson Cruz will step up and hit a 2-run home run. So love that addition there with Nelson Cruz. So let's go Nationals. Let's go ahead and cash that bet. I'm going to go ahead and go to Pirates and Cardinals. So let's go ahead and fade those Pirates just like we did all season long. This time we don't get Mitch Keller, though, on the mound, because we're all waiting for Mitch Keller to get on the mound so we can take the over on his hits. But we're going to go ahead and do Pirates, Cardinals. Cardinals team total over 4.5 runs at -105. That's the bet I like. So let's just obviously look here at the Pirates pitching staff. That's all we care about for this one, mainly. You got Brubaker here on the mound there for the Pirates, a 5.36 ERA, a 1.29 whip, and a 254 opponent's batting average. He gives up a home run every 4.4 innings, but he struggled against these Cardinals in 2021. In 4 starts, he gave up 3+ runs in all of them. He gave up 1 home run in all of them, and he gave up 5+ runs in 3 of those 4. Yeah, he's going to be overmatched here by this Cardinals team whatsoever. And then you look at the Pirates bullpen, just nobody standing out, just a bunch of pieces. So there's not going to be a bunch of relief when Brubaker comes out of this game. Then you give me that Cardinals lineup: Yadier Molina, Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, Paul DeYoung, Tyler O'Neill, a bunch of other guys. I mean, just going to absolutely mash, going to beat up Brubaker, going to beat up that bullpen. Pirates are going to struggle a lot this season. Not a big surprise right there. So I love that team total. I thought it was going to be at 5.5, so to get 4.5, love that right there. And to get that basically at even money, love that right there. So we'll do that Cardinals team total over 4.5 runs at -105. Now let's go to shut up and pitch. That's what we're doing. Shut up and pitch, folks. We're going to give you guys some pitching props. So let's go ahead and do that right now. I'll go ahead and go first. I'm going to set the stage. I want to set the stage here a little bit and just kind of get up to everybody's speed on 2 major changes here in the 2022 MLB season. Universal DH. That's going to be big, right? I think that's going to be big because now you're getting cheapy strikeouts. You're no longer going to go ahead and face the pitcher. And the other one that I like about is no shift in baseball. I think that's going to cause pitchers to maybe be on a short hook. Look, they got easy outs because ball that was hit between first and second base was, an out by the shortstop. That's not going to happen this season. So now you're going to get more outs, and that's just going to have the manager giving the hook to the pitcher and going to the bullpen. So I think don't be surprised if you see a lot of unders, I think, in pitching stats until maybe we get more data to go off of. I could be absolutely wrong, but DH and to me, no shift, I think that's going to play a part. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and take the first one. I'll take Yu Darvish under 5.5 strikeouts at -105. This guy's strikeout stuff has been dropping off each season. In 2019, he had 11.5 K per 9. That fell down to 11.0 in 2020. And last year, it fell down to 10.8. So his stuff is declining. So I expect that number to keep going down. And then if we look at what he did versus the Diamondbacks in 2021, he went 2.2 innings, only got 3 Ks, went 2.2 innings, only got 4 Ks, went 7 innings, got 12 Ks, went 6 innings, got 7 Ks, went 4.2 innings, got 6 Ks, but one of those was against the pitcher. Not going to get that luxury this season. So I'm actually expecting him to have a little bit of a rough outing, not go deep in this game, not go 6 innings, not go 7 innings, no shift, DH. He's going to get beat up. I like Yu Darvish under 5.5 Ks. What about you?
Good luck on that, because I think I'm against you.
Love it.
That'll be we're gonna argue. We're gonna go head to head this season already, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we better.
Nah, I'm gonna go right to the top. Take Corbin Burns, and some books have this strikeout total at 7.5. If you want to pay some juice, if you want to be a little bit safer, you can get 6.5 at some books as well. That would be -160, -159, somewhere in that ballpark for over 6.5. Over 7.5, a little bit better at +104. I think you probably could do either, to be honest. The guy has stuff to get the strikeout totals, and you and I were even just looking at some of these numbers before the show. The guy can rack up a lot more than 6 or 7, and against a team that you already said people aren't very high on. I don't really recognize a lot of the players on the Cubs. I don't really expect much from their batting lineup and roster, and knowing what Corbin Burns has, knowing that reputation, I think you're fine either way. I will probably go ahead and give it out at the 6.5 as I feel a little more comfortable. It is a bit of juice at minus 160, but I would rather have 7 strikeouts and win the bet than to get to 7 and need the 8th. Just kind of the way that I am, I like to buy the safety a little bit of it, and I just feel a little bit better at 6.5. So that will be mine. There is Corbin Burns.
Corbin Burns
over 6.5.
Corbin Burns going over 6.5 strikeouts. Boy, if that happens, I think we'll be cashing that money line bet. So that's a good one right there. I'm going to go fade another pitcher. Good. I think this is going to be a trend, folks, with the DH. Obviously, this is an American League pitcher, so not quite there, but got the shift. I'm going Shane Bieber under 6.5 Ks at minus 120. Over at BetUS is where you can get this one, over at BetUS. His K per 9 also dropped over the last couple of seasons. He went from 14.2 down to 12.5. The Royals, this is what I'm really leaning on right here. We know this Royals team from last season cashed a lot of F5 team totals, full game team totals. They were the 4th best team in terms of strikeouts versus right-handed pitchers. There were only 3 teams better than them. They were 4th best in strikeouts per right-handed pitcher. I'll go ahead and take a chance that Shane Bieber can't quite get it done on opening day, so give me under 5.5 strikeouts at minus 120 over at BetUS. What's going to be another pitcher prop for you there, Hockey Squirrel?
Well, you got 2 unders there, right? And I got 2 overs on pitcher strikeouts. So we already had the one Corbin Burns, and I'm also looking at Patrick Corbin on over 3.5 strikeouts. That is another minus 160. So I'm paying the juice in the pitching strikeout department today. But again, just another one that I really like. I like the Nationals there, so I'm going to go ahead and stack. And as we get into batting props as well, got some more on Washington. I guess seems like I'm really, really heavy on Washington today, but it all does make sense. I promise you that. But Patrick Corbin over 3.5, I think it just seems a little bit low, just to get 4 strikeouts. And, for another team that's, again, at home on opening day, much like your Cardinals pick there, I like that. So.
Corbin. I guess we know what your first child's going to be named, right? Might as well just go ahead and name him Corbin. All right, let's keep this train moving. We're now going to head on into the 4th inning where we move to long shots. This is some of those plus money bets there on the board that we like. I'll go ahead and go first. I think if you're looking at a plus money, go ahead and take a stab at those Arizona Diamondbacks. They're going up against the San Diego Padres today. Look, he got rocked in his season opener there, allowing 6 runs in 4 innings. But in his other 2 outings against the Padres in 2021, he went 13.2 innings, only gave up 15 hits, 4 runs, and 11 Ks. And in one of those 2 starts, the Diamondbacks were able to get the win. If I look at this Diamondbacks lineup, they've got some good pieces, right? Christian Walker, Marte, Peralta, guys that can get the job done. They've got a nice bullpen. I love the pickup there. Mark Melancon, bringing him over from the Giants. I thought that was a great move right there. Ian Kennedy will go ahead and be the setup man. I think he's more than capable of getting the job done in that nice setup role. So I like that Melancon Kennedy, right? If Bumgarner can get a good start, right? We know Bumgarner can do it. Big, tall lefty. Love his trajectory there on his pitches. Hey, I think he can get it done, right? And we're talking about plus monies, right? The Diamondbacks aren't going to do it all better than the Padres. That's why they're at plus money. But if you're looking at a spot of where we can go, give me a good pitcher. I like their bullpen. They've got enough pieces. We don't have to deal with Fernando Tatis, right? We don't have to deal with his stats, and we don't have to deal with his energy that he just brings to the Padres team. So he's not going to be a part of that lineup. I'll take the stab on the Diamondbacks. I think they can go ahead and get it done as a long shot today. What's a long shot that you're eyeing today?
I think I have a bigger long shot that I really do like, and that is the Cincinnati Reds. And I've liked them since last year. And the reason is their on-base percentage and the guys that I expect to get on base. I've already talked about Jonathan India being one of my favorites, much like Juan Soto anyway. Just the ability to get those base hits and be on base in case something does happen in the home run department and the long ball. And now you have Mike Moustakas back as well, which I think, a lot of people, we were missing him last year for the vast majority of last year anyway. And you're going against your World Series champs, right? And so you may be seeing a little bit of odd sway for that. Max Fried against, and is it Mally or Molly? Mally? I think Mally was the pronunciation. Molly? It is Molly? Molly or Mally? Somebody's on the mound. Named Molly Mally.
He put a lot of money in my pocket last year. It's Molly.
Gotcha. Okay. And so no, and then even down to Kyle Farmer, I do remember Joey Votto. We have Tommy Pham. Like, I really think, and this confirmation wise, and for those skills that are transferable for what I do going from hockey to baseball, you find where the line started at a plus 180, I think it was, going all the way down to a plus 160 now, that I think you still can pick them up, which is still, I think, a great deal for the Cincinnati Reds. And again, I think that there's an odds shift for the pitcher, the star quality of Max Fried, for the fact that you're getting another home team and Cincinnati is on the road. But for a long shot, big underdog, I absolutely love the Reds today.
I mean, I absolutely love the Reds too. We obviously compare notes between the show, and I wanted to give out the Reds as my long shot. I mean, how could you not? Great pitcher there in Male. Fantastic lineup. Boy, they put so much money in our pocket last year. We're talking long shots, folks. They're not going to do everything better than their opponent, but I'm with him. I actually like those Reds. I think they can go ahead and pull off that upset. All right, it's moving over to the fifth inning time. We say keep swinging. This is where you get your batter props. I'm going up first, and I've got a few of these to give you guys, and I couldn't love these.
Okay, then.
I could love these for about Nolan Arenado, folks. Yeah, he's going up against Brubaker. He's only been 5 for 11 against him with 4 doubles and 1 home run. Nice 455 batting average. His total bases at over 1.5 at plus 120. Grab it, folks. That should not be at plus money for a guy that's got that much damage up against Brubaker. So I'll take Arenado over 1.5 total bases. What's a batter that you're eyeing today?
So I'm, again, man, I got so much stacked on this Washington game. I didn't even really realize it till now. So I guess I'm going to, in the batting roster, we'll start with Juan Soto over 1.5 total bases. So, hopefully, he struggles against Tyler McGill, and I think that would be, as we've talked about already, the focus of Tyler McGill in that lineup being, their real star guy. And if he hits a double, you absolutely can hit a double. I think he could get on base twice, 2 singles, no problem. And for plus 135, roughly in that ballpark, to get plus money, it just seems like something that is very not only likely to happen at plus money and, just a solid bet all the way around, I think, personally.
Yeah, I love that Nats lineup. That's solid indeed. I'm going to go ahead and go to this Diamondbacks for my next batter prop. What about David Peralta over 1.5 total bases at plus 130? A guy that's got a lot of success up against Yu Darvish, going 9 for 22 with 3 home runs, and that's for a 409 batting average. So he should do the damage against Yu Darvish. So I like Peralta over 1.5 total bases at plus 130. Let me give you guys another one for the Hockey Squirrel gives you one. I'm doing Ben Gamble. Let's go ahead and fade a guy. Right now, everybody's going to get hits on opening day. Somebody's got to stink up the joint. It's going to be Ben Gamble up against Adam Wainwright. He's 1 for 11 against Wainwright with only 1 single. He's got 4 strikeouts. You can get under 0.5 hits at plus 150. Now, we don't know who's going to come into the game after Wainwright, but I think everybody sitting here listening to this broadcast thinks the Cardinals is going to win the game. And that means when you're winning the game, you roll out your good arms in the bullpen. You don't roll out the slappies. You roll out the setup man, the closer. I'm not expecting this guy to do damage against good bullpen arms. You want to get the save. I think the closer is going to come in. So, yeah, go ahead and give me Ben Gamble as the guy that's going to stink it up today at under 0.5 hits at plus 150. Anybody else you're eyeing today?
Yeah, I will take, after he's done with Juan Soto, the designated hitter, the long ball hitter, Nelson Cruz from my Minnesota Twins. I'm very familiar with him, and that's all this guy does is swings for the fences. He will strike out and strike out again, but if he catches a hold of that ball, it is typically long gone, and that's a huge plus 350 where, not a full unit play by any means, maybe worth a sprinkle to have some fun, right? But, yeah, I mean, we'll stack Washington all day today. I don't know, but no, I mean it's really like a 1-2 combo, right? Because you're going to be dealing with Juan Soto, and then as you said, if he relaxes and Nelson Cruz gets a hold of that ball, it is likely gone. You probably could do this with JD Davis just as well. Those big, powerful hitter. And again, still on my Twins, Miguel Sano, guy to watch. He struggles, but. They get that ball on the bat, and that's some scary stuff.
All right, Nationals, let's go ahead and have ourselves a day and cash some bets there for the Hockey Squirrel. Have ourselves a day. Now let's move it over now to It's a Steal. Where's there's just some absolute value on the board? You guys want to talk about value? Where can you get a game that's going to go ahead and get a win? I'm going to go ahead and look at Yu Darvish over 4.5 hits allowed at minus 115. Look, versus the Diamondbacks last season, he had hits of 8, 6, 4, 6, and 8. This bet cashed 4 out of 5 times, and you're only charging me minus 115. Sign me up. That's a steal.
My steal is the Padres money line.
Good. You can do that. He can give up 8 hits and still win the game. That's fine.
Still good. No, I think around minus 130, just a little bit too low. I think Bumgarner's a little bit older, and I just don't. I mean, especially after last year, and maybe they surprise us. Maybe the Diamondbacks do surprise us. Maybe your long shot does come in, and I hope it does for you. To be honest, no, I don't. Actually, I'm on the button. But
root for me, damn it! This is my channel. Root for me. Root for me.
No, I will say that I think it is a steal at minus 130. I don't know why it's so low, and hey, maybe that's a trap. Who knows? And maybe you're completely right. I guess we'll see and talk about it tomorrow in the show. But no, I will go on Padres minus 130 as my steal. I think. I mean, having Machado and Luke Voit and Grisham and Cronenworth, all these, I'll take it.
All right, guys, it's time to come to a stretch. That seventh inning stretch. Here are the 7th inning. That's where we're going to give you our best bet. My intention is to not make this the same bet that I've already given out earlier in today's show, but I have to go for Brewers money line. I mean, if I give it out at minus 145 and now you've got to pay minus 175 today, I am clearly on the right side. The only thing that's going to derail this bet is Mother Nature. Everybody knows I live in Chicago. It was sprinkling this morning. We are calling for rain this afternoon. That is the only thing. I hope we can get this in because we will not pay minus 145 if we have to do this tomorrow. So hopefully we get clear skies. We can get this game in. Look, Brewers season totals, win total numbers at 89.5. Cubs is at 75.5. Brewers are by far the better team. Best bet of the day is going to be the Brewers money line at minus 145.
Definitely, yeah. And we won't see my little field here today due to the weather. I'm not too far off up here in Minnesota, and we've had rain up here, and postponement and delay for my game. So that will start tomorrow in the Twins up here. But I'm going to go ahead and grab that Houston Astros offensive lineup there against the Angels, against Shohei Ohtani as my best bet of the day at plus money. I fell in love with it the second I saw it, and it's been on my mind ever since. So, if that's my favorite bet, if that's my best bet, that's what I'm going to go ahead and call my best.
I love it.
Is the Houston Astros. So,
yeah, they shouldn't be dogs, not with that offense. I love that right there. All right, 8th inning, we call it safe or out. We're kind of going to guide you through the waters here, what the sports books kind of do. You've got over at FanDuel, they're offering the same game, or not a same game, just a 3-legged kind of parlay, leg insurance if you only use one leg. DK has got a 33% profit boost on a 3-legged parlay. My only caution here on opening day is, guys, who would have predicted the Giants to be good last season or whatever? Like, we think we can predict it. We don't really have any information. We're going off last season's numbers, off-season changes. Just kind of be careful with all this parlay stuff, risk-free stuff. Those are kind of sucker bets, so just be careful. If you get a single promo, okay, cool. But when you start parlaying stuff on we don't know who's going to be who, so just be careful right there, folks. Be careful. Be careful.
And beyond that, though, one thing I just wanted to add real quick. When you start finding things like, and some of my least favorite, like, of these sucker bets is you'll find like a New York parlay, right? So you'll find like the Mets and the Yankees to win, or like like a California parlay or something like that, where it's like the Padres and the Giants to win. It's like, more than likely the books are taking a position on one of those two games. So they'll give you one that's real likely to win, and then it's up to you to determine which one's the trap. It'd just be that way anyway. I don't see those cash hardly ever.
Right.
And anytime you ever get like an email from a book and it's like, oh, everybody is on the Padres today, and it's like, no, like the tickets may be there, but the money usually is not. So
for sure,
try not to fall into that trap.
Good caution right there. All right, ninth inning, the closer. This is where we put the bow on the show and give everybody our official bets. What are you actually putting your money on behind today, Hockey Squirrel?
Well, obviously I'm on Washington, so I will take the Nationals on the money line. I'm very much a money line player as we go through the season. You'll probably see that, and I don't typically pay a lot of juice for my plays, and that's across all sports. I just don't like taking a lot of heavy favorites. So Washington, I do like as the home team on opening day. I have obviously those prop leans and whatnot. Not that I'm really putting my money on a minus 160 or a plus 350, but I do want to see Nelson Cruz crush the ball. I do want to see Juan Soto get multiple bases, and I think I can do all of that wrapped up into that money line. So I will grab that one, and obviously as my best bet, we love Houston Astros over here on that offense, and so that will be another money line at underdog odds. So one home team, one visiting team, but I really do like this on opening day, and hey, I'm gonna give Cincinnati a real good look too. I think that's worth something. So
I think it's worth
I'll go ahead and throw that on there. Even if we called it a half unit play at underdog value like that, I'll give out all three of those. Really, we'll do Washington, Houston, and Cincinnati to celebrate day one.
I love it. All right, cool. I've got, how many bets do I have here? I got 5 official bets here. So unfortunately, we got a couple of rainouts. I actually wanted to give out a NRFI on today's show. I've got the NRFI shirt on. I am part of NRFI Nation, baby.
And but unfortunately, you should say what a NRFI is for those who are new, because I don't think when you first said it, I wasn't. I know what the bet is, but I didn't know, I guess, what a NRFI was.
You will learn the NRFI following here the payoff pitch. No run in the first inning. Nothing will get that heart beating faster than sweating through 6 outs. 6 outs of glory is what's on the back of this shirt, and you will be sweaty after the end of those 6 outs. So, yeah, no run in the first inning. Gutted I couldn't give one of those out. But what I am going to give out are 5 official bets. I'm on that Brewers money line. Obviously, people, on that Brewers money line. I'm on that Cardinals team total over 4.5 runs at minus 105. You can also find me fading Yu Darvish under 5.5 Ks at minus 105. I will take that over 4.5 hits for Yu Darvish at minus 115. And I love that Aaron Arenado play over 1.5 TB, which is total bases. TB, total bases.
You love it if you can pronounce his name, huh?
at plus one, right? At plus 120, right there. I wanted to interact with people during the show. First show, pilot episode, touch nervous, but I love these comments that have been scrolling by. I've been reading them. We got people taking overs in some games. Just lots of good stuff. Love this. We got over in the Nats game. I love it. Good stuff.
One thing I'm really excited about as we get more data and as I, perfect more of a MLB data model, that I'm probably going to be leaning towards some of these first 5 inning bets as well. So, that's yet to come. But, just try not to go overboard on day number 1. You know what I'm saying? Or really even week number 1. Like, it's such a long season. We don't have to bet every single game, and that's how you lose a bankroll really damn quick, I promise you.
Most definitely is, folks. Most definitely is. All right, guys, that's the payoff pitch. 2022 MLB season has finally arrived. We're going to do this show each and every single day, Monday through Friday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. Again, we'll go through that entire day's slate, just like we did today, give you guys all the bets for that upcoming day's slate of MLB. Thank you guys for kicking off the 2022 MLB season. Good luck on your bets. Hockey Squirrel, good luck on your bets. Let's cash it and come back tomorrow.
See you later.